Today is the yearly tradition of waking a sleeping groundhog and encouraging it from its burrow to wander in the cold to see if the groundhog sees its shadow. And if the groundhog does see its shadow, then we will have 6 more weeks of winter. I don't know if the groundhog saw its shadow or not today, but I am aware that we all have our shadows, sides in our lives, unresolved issues or concerns in our lives, worry about finances, being with negative people who drain us, negative emotions and feelings. What is a shadow? A shadow is primarily used to show something ominous, sadness, or gloom, often the dark side of our lives. And as spiritual people, we often struggle with the shadows in our lives, things that weigh us down, or thoughts that leave us feeling less than deserving, feeling unworthy. We cannot allow our shadow actions and thoughts to limit and block us. We have to elevate the God part of us, our spiritual side that is perfect in God. We have a spark of infinite intelligence within. This is who we truly are, even with the shadow things in our lives. And when these issues rise up through someone triggering us or through our own thoughts popping up and are uninvited in our minds, we need to address our shadow side so that we can move forward in life on a positive note. We do this by being responsible for our actions and working through and dealing with these shadows. This means working on us through talking with family and friends, through self-help, praying and meditating. We know that life is about learning, about doing, loving, and being. Learning to do better, being a better person, being a better version of ourselves. We need to put in the work towards loving ourselves unconditionally, even when the shadow parts surface. By addressing these negatives, we often carry around day after day, we are working on ourselves. And working on ourselves, it also means turning away from the shadows. We don't work through it by continuing to engage in it. We don't work through it by continuing to antagonize or gossip about or send mental daggers towards others. We work through it by avoiding hate, jealousy, and by eliminating the fear. Know that we have at our fingertips and at the tips of our tongues assistance and guidance from family and friends. We can seek professional help if our shadows call for it. This is also ours for the asking for guidance and assistance from those in the spirit realm as well. We have a strong foundation. By working on our shadow side and eliminating the gloom, that injustice or that fear, we are opening up space within us to replace it with courage, justice, empathy, cooperation, and tolerance. Allowing courage to rise up within us, for peace to come, for love to flourish. In this way, we are holding space within for positivity. We will not allow those shadows to settle back in our hearts in our bodies or in our thoughts, causing havoc. We would not allow that to happen. Just recently, my shadow side resurfaced, and it had me feeling sad and gloomy. At the moment, I felt that I had too much on my plate of life. And instead of concentrating and thinking on the positives, I wallowed for a long moment in the gloom. And during this time, I received from Spirit this thought: we are perfection wrapped in imperfection. Our spirit within is that perfection, connected to infinite intelligent God. Our shadowy parts are part of our life's intricate imperfection side. We are perfection wrapped in imperfection. Remember this when we are dealing with the worries of life. Lean on this when life throws us lemons and we're at a place, fork in the road, not knowing which way to go, which way to turn. Remember our strong foundation. Now, this is spiritualism in practical terms. In our everyday lives, we are striving to incorporate God's spiritual and natural laws. We are living the declarations that we say on Sunday mornings. We are communicating with those in the spirit realm for guidance, assistance, and just for conversations. We recognize that spark of divinity within each of us, and we strive to elevate our thoughts and our actions. And when that shadowy part reappears, instead of allowing it to cause discord or dis-ease in our lives, let us acknowledge it and ask, what is it that I need to learn from this so that I can release it and move on with my life? And this time, when the shadowy parts resurface, we will step a little more into the light, away from the shadows, away from that negative person, away from that negative thought. Our inner spirit is perfection, for it is connected to infinite intelligence. And on this earth plane, in addition to being, we are becoming more spiritual, becoming aware of God's spiritual laws, becoming that spark of divinity that is within each of us. And like the groundhog, when it doesn't see its shadow, we too can bring an early spring into our lives, into our experiences, into our thoughts and actions, elevating the positive and decreasing the negative. When we work through our shadow parts, that is exactly what we're doing, elevating the positive and decreasing the negative. As spiritualists, that's what we do. Bless you.
Bless you.